now that that box is completely ruined. Jesus Christ, my God, this DS2 almost took a dive. Alright, welcome to the show. Bidhead 1000 here. I gotta tell you, I really like doing this segment of the show. Anytime I can help you guys. You know what? I think the show is good, but I think this segment is what's going to make the show great, in my opinion. Because anytime I can help you guys out there in the field, you know, I can teach you guys what I've learned and pass it on to you. I think that's what makes the show great. And you know, I got a couple subscriptions myself. I got to slow it down. I'm all coffeeed up here. I have a few subscriptions myself that I go to, not video game related, but based on finance and stuff like that, where I learn a lot of great stuff. So I feel this is my opportunity, you know, to pass it on to you guys. And I think that's kind of what life's all about. So without further ado, before we get started, I want to say that I had my video camera in the car the other day, and I was driving around, and I actually saw a Sandamtod. So I flipped the camera on, and I recorded this clip right here. So check it out. You know, when I got home with the camera, you know, I was going to edit up the footage and whatnot, and I took a closer look at it, and I saw this. So you see, you know, these guys are out there. Probably out garage sailing, no doubt. But, so today's tip of the day is an open garage is open for business. And now you're asking, well, what does that mean? Well, sometimes you go to a garage sale and the stuff is strewn up and down the driveway. They have the garage door open, but they have the table set up in front of the garage, and there's people sitting behind the tables, usually, I don't know, people handling the money or something like that, and they're basically sitting in the shade of the garage, but you can't necessarily walk into the garage. And you know what, even when the garage is open at the garage sale, and you can walk into it, it always feels strange to do so, because I don't know whether it's like an instinctive thing or I don't know, it just feels like a territorial thing. It feels strange to go inside of somebody's property, even when I go to estate sales or something like that. Something doesn't feel right about it. But anyway, when you do go into a garage or you're outside looking into a garage, everything in that garage is for sale. And I'll explain why. When people start to have a garage sale, they start selling some things, they start getting money in their hand, and it turns into like a frenzy. They say, okay, stuff is leaving, I'm getting more and more money in my hand. Next thing you know, everything is for sale. Everything in that garage is for sale. If you were asked to use the bathroom in the house, you could just start pointing to things and they would start selling it to you. Everything is for sale. So I'll give you a prime example of this, and this happened today, and that's why I'm doing the video today. And hopefully I'll get this out before the weekend tomorrow, so maybe it'll help you guys out. I was doing the horseshoe around the driveway, and I came up, and there were tables blocking the path into the garage. And you know, there's bags, and they got bags of stuff in there that maybe they haven't put out yet, or maybe they don't plan on putting out. But I look in the corner of the garage, and there's a bookshelf. And on this bookshelf was a row of books, and behind the books I see the words, the books were like this. I see action set. It was just like this. I mean, only a guy with an eye for video games could have seen this, and it was such a lucky glance I took. I did a double take. I glanced over it and I was like, what? And that's what I saw, action set. And then I said, this is how this is going to be 2 tips rolled into one today. And I said, excuse me, is that a Nintendo behind those books over there? And the woman looks over there and she goes, oh, yeah, it is. I said, you know, I said, my son would get a kick out of that. Now, that's kind of an offhanded way to lower the value of this right here. it's almost like saying, this isn't intended for me. It's intended for my son. Maybe if it was for me, she'd think I was some type of collector, or some type of reseller. But I think because I put it like that, it automatically plants a seed in her head that this is not an item she's going to sell me for a lot of money. So I said, well, how much would you be asking for that? So she took all the books down and she took it out and she said $10. Now, stupid me, I was so hot on getting it that I just pulled out the $10 and paid for it. And you know what? This is 3 tips rolled into one today. As soon as she said the price, I just took out the money and paid for it. I didn't open it up and take it out of the box. Because that's when the video game cock blockers come out, okay? That's when the daughter comes rolling out of the house. That's when the son comes rolling out of the house. Oh, Ma, you're selling it for what? No, you just pay for it and take it. I took the risk. I didn't open the box. It felt heavy. There's something in there. I mean, the box alone you could probably get $10 for. But I'm always to me, it's all about speed and being on the move. I certainly won't open it up before I pay the money for it, because that's when the chatterboxes come out of the house and tell you, oh no, Ma, that's worth more than that. Oh, Ma, I don't want to sell that. And even when you take it out of the box, they see how many items are in it. They see that it's packed and it's like brand new. So don't even do all that. Just pay for the damn thing if the price is right. So she told me $10, and what do I do? Like a meathead, I give it a $10. I should have said, how about 5? Because what's the worst going to happen? She's going to say, no, not 5. Now I'm charging you 20. No, it doesn't happen. The price is $10. She said $10. You say 5. I'll give you 5 for it. If she takes the 5, home run. If she doesn't take the 5, still a home run. So that's me not using my brain. I still have a lot to learn out there. But anyway, we scooped this up for $10, and I thought that was a great deal. And this will be featured on the next haul video. But that's today's tip of the day. An open garage is open for business. And don't be afraid to feel around and look around. Look up, look directly up in the rafters and whatnot. There's stuff up in the rafters that'll blow your mind. Reach behind things. Nobody's going to yell at you. So that's it, guys. That's today's garage sale tip of the day.